sounds like you have got many failing into doing something, then that just reminds me of, again, this popular kind of praise, kind of joke, but maybe true, in Buddhist community, especially among the monks in Korea, that garbage human become a monk, and the garbage monk become a Zen monk, and the garbage Zen monk become Buddha. So, of course, don't twist it like, oh, actually, I think I'm kind of garbage, so I have potential. Maybe I need to live like that, like trash. Never, ever. But when there is some pure, kind of, actually he said he got a big question. That's the point. It's not about like really becoming garbage. It's because, of course, that's the big, metaphor of this course. It's all about actually the bottom line. There is a big question, because, there seem to be a lot of choices for people when, especially they're younger, that you can probably have much more chance to choose for your future. But once you start trying it, and often you encounter this kind of hindrance, barrier, obstacles. It's not about better or worse, but many people just seem to just chase it, this frame, because everyone else is doing, and that's kind of safe in this kind of social frame, convention, custom. But people who have this spiritual connection, or you can say karma, with this path that actually Buddha showed us, they got a big question when they encounter these issues. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can encounter them when you're a teenager. Then you got a big question: is this real? Is this truth of life? So you may try, or you may behave, or you may decide to pursue something different from what everyone else is doing. And then for many people, you look garbage because you are not the example. You are not a successful person in society. So that kind of terms of perspective, garbage human, not necessarily become monk, become practitioner. It's only because of you got a big question with what you do every day. What's the meaning there? Even, you don't know where you are from, where you are going after you die, so that you don't know what's the true meaning of this life, but you just, chase whatever the society recognize that as a successful life. But you got a big question? Yeah. That's called garbage human here. It's not really you live like garbage on the street or... And then even if you became, a practitioner or a monk, monastic, same, exactly. You can just become very conventional monastic. Everything is given. Yeah. Zen Master Seung used to say, like, you become monk, you become richer than billionaire. No matter where you go, you have shelter, you have food, good food actually, compared to many others in the world. Don't complain about food. Good food, and you have always these clothes given to you by this supporting Sangha, lay Buddhist, they work hard. So if a monastic only chase, not even chase, only just dwelling in that kind of, convenience, because that's the life of monastic. And there's no drama at all. Well, why do this hard practice? Then it's not very different from actually the life you are living as a lay person who just only chase this conventional success. They're not very different. So that's why they're saying garbage monk become Zen monk. Well, I hope there is no kind of a promotion or some exaggerating how Zen great it is compared to other tradition. But the point, because maybe there is a little encouragement among the Zen practitioners, because particularly there is some unique points, characteristics in Zen tradition, as you probably heard and experienced, that there are like four kind of mottos in Zen practice. First, don't attach to the word, don't attach to speech. It's already quite different from other way of practice Buddhism. Transmission outside scripture, sutra. It's not ignoring sutra. It's just you should digest the meaning of this transmission outside sutra, scripture. Then point directly to human mind. Means mind to mind connect. That already beyond all culture, race, language, country, gender, whatever. The last one is see the true nature, become Buddha. There are like four mottos in Zen tradition. So that's why this is some unique characteristic. It's not about, again, ignoring the word or scripture or any doctrine, any teaching word. But the most important thing is how actually you connect with someone mind to mind, connect with the whole universe. Yeah, that's the major point in Zen tradition. So someone became monk, and the garbage monk become Zen monk, which means, you study sutra a lot, you study scripture, you try to understand a lot, but you actually realize very often, or almost all the time, it doesn't really work when you face the real situation. There are a lot of good teaching word. But when somebody just, when you're sitting during sitting session, you sleep a lot. You have maybe this big pride but then you feel really bad about it. And sometimes people get angry. Talking about this garbage, Zen monk become Buddha. Garbage monk become garbage Zen monk. Or garbage practitioner become garbage Zen practitioner means even if you started practicing or even if you became monastic, if you still just chase the conventional way of those kind of lifestyle, the idea, then it's not, true realization. So if you lose this big question, he started this practice, I'm sure, whether he recognized it or not, this big question brought him here. So you become monastic or you become practitioner, you become Kyol Che participant, or you don't have to always you don't need to recite the question, but when you do something, like, okay, you are now assigned to do clean up, wash dishes for dinner, or you're assigned to sweep around the temple, or you volunteer to become Haengwan. Well, then you clearly at the moment do what you are doing, what you're supposed to do. That means actually your big question is there, alive. If your mind always tend to split, oh, you are reading, but your eyes is over there, your thinking is over there, and why I paid to sit, why am I reading? Or, I expected this, but why this situation go this way? Your mind split. Conflict appear inside your mind. Everything seems to very unhappy. Everything negative. That means your big question has gone away. Your big question is somewhere. So the big question is like, again, compared to what sixth patriarch Seung said, it's like a lamp. And then there's a light. Because of this lamp, there's a light. So lamp is something like our big question, our original nature, substance. And then the function of this lamp make things bright, clear, light, right? That's function. Substance, you have this big question, then your function each moment should be clear, what you are doing. Actually, you already saw, like most of you already have been joining this retreat more than 1 week. Many of them 3 months. Maybe you just entered yesterday. I know the first few days, the form and the things sometimes maybe look a little not simple, maybe not easy to follow. But actually, if you only just try to pay a little more attention each moment, it's very simple. It's very simple. Everybody is doing the same thing. Everybody is doing the same thing here during the retreat. Even if you don't really understand, or even if maybe the orientation was not maybe long enough. Anyway, if you give orientation a long time, you forget everything. So even if that you couldn't really digest what you heard during the orientation, not complicated at all, and just do whatever others doing together. If you only just pay a little more attention, everybody is now sitting, so you are sitting just like this. When everybody stand up, sometimes we have to bow. Then everybody put their cushion on their right. If you're a little more meticulous, that's not sometimes easy. But if your mind is very simple, not difficult. Usually the kids are very good when they go to the very new place, and they don't want to left behind, and they really pay attention. So, there is a story like the Zen Master Tan, much earlier time in America, he opened a Zen center in many universities are there, like Regensburg, and very like a world top class students go that universities. And because the Zen center is there, sometimes these students come, they are really smart ones. And when they give some short orientation about the form, and then they do some chanting, many of them don't know what to do. Even like the residents are doing, say everybody like, stand up, everybody put the cushion on their right. They are like looking around. It's not about your intelligence. It's about this big question, which means pay attention, which means you just are there each moment trying. Actually, the whole point of this retreat is about that. Enlightenment. Of course, everybody, maybe you don't remember, but everybody came here to get enlightenment. Well, there can be lots of different interpretation about what the enlightenment is about, but as basically you want to get enlightenment so that maybe your mind more become clear, or you are free from all these dilemmatic life issues, or you want to be free from all the suffering you are dealing with. And then if you really wish to attain it, one way to say it is about that is just make your mind very simple. Many people in the world have problems because their mind is so complicated. It's not about how much they have, how famous they are. When we talk about happiness, true happiness, their mind is so complicated. So, in some sense, getting enlightenment means make your mind clear. But when your mind is complicated and it's very habitual, you have that kind of a mind habit, always make things more complicated, checking, analyzing. Then it's difficult to your complicated mind right away to clear mind. So what you can do first, make your mind simple. So this retreat is designed to help you to try that. Make your mind very simple. Schedule is very clear. Or sometimes like a head monk or house master, they will interrupt or they tell you what to do. It's all the major point there is actually to make your mind simple and clear each moment. So if you have that kind of motivation for enlightenment, or if you actually understand now what I'm saying, the bottom line there is actually make your complicated mind, if your mind is like that, make your mind complicated mind simple, because then it's much easier for you to get your simple mind to clear. And enlightenment is all about still and clear. Mind is very calm, yet very clear. And that means also your big question, who you are, that's always clear each moment, so that the function is clear. When you sit in meditation, the situation is very clear. You cannot do anything with your at least 5 senses. Then your mind all this sensation mostly stop. Then your consciousness become a little more active. Now that's the start point. Relate to this issue, being still and clear. So that's the kind of mechanism in like a Zen meditation. This and also retreat is designed to help and support you to kind of accord to that kind of mindset. Now, if you have any question, please feel free to ask.
You speak now about simple, to do the stuff simple. So this the schedule, make more simple the mind. How you recommend to do this in the daily life? You have
When you like out of this retreat.
yes, when I don't have some schedule. For example, in traveling, because
Traveling.
yes, because in my life I can do schedule also, go walk, go do this, go do this, so I can do schedule. But during traveling, how I can make
Sure.
my life more.
Yeah, good question. And it's actually, first of all, it's the same principle. And just like we used to emphasize on two things in our practice here, that two things are also important there when you return to your normal life. First, direction. So why I do this? When you come for this retreat, why did you come for this retreat? There must be a very clear direction, like a reason. It's actually also very much connected with this, the direction or the reason of our life. Because actually that's not clear, many people's life is not clear, right? If the destination is clear, many things already kind of lined up about what to do, which is the best way to get there, and how should I plan it, something like that. So when you came for this retreat, Kyol Che, you had some reason. Let's simply saying again, enlightenment. Okay, enlightenment is not just like big metaphysical, giant goal. Your mind become very clear. You have a true calm and a kind of happiness. That can be also said as enlightenment. So anyway, you came here for the retreat for that reason. And now then, okay, for that, what to do? So that we designed this schedule to make your mind simple and clear, right? And many, some kind of arrangement for that goal. So, for example, okay, if you go back to work or to travel, what's that for? Well, you try to get a job. What's that for? Yeah, make money. So what are you going to do after making money? It's only for, some to survive, or you have some goal, such and such. So that goal must be clear. Direction, we call that direction here. Why do you travel? And then we say here, keep trying in practice toward the goal. Yeah, sometimes there are a lot of failing, but you keep trying it, which means moment, you just do it. Oh, one moment you are lost. You drift, your mind is lost. But then again, you come back when you realize that actually you're lost. So that we call the keep trying. Clear direction, keep trying. Then it's said that you will be there, you will attain what you wish. It can be maybe enlightenment, yes. Okay, so the two things. So when you go back to your normal life, also same. The principle is the same. Why do you do that is very important, and you keep trying it. And I sometimes we use this to drive. When you drive, we use this GPS, right? And then you put this your destination, right, from here to maybe Seoul. That's your direction. You already have direction. You are aiming to go to Seoul. So that should be clear. It's not anywhere. So, and then what's the next to do? You have to follow what the GPS give you the instruction, direction, right? Moment to moment, you have to listen clearly and do what it says. Then you can be there without wasting much time and your energy. You have a direction, then the GPS say, oh, make a left turn, but you were thinking something else at the moment, you just make a right turn. So to come back, you have to spend much more time and energy. So, even if you travel, of course, maybe the reason sometimes can be just to relax yourself. Then, if you understand who you are, then how long do I need this kind of time, and what is this traveling for? And then try to get any useful information. That's keep trying, more beneficial to make the trip. So the basis is the same. And then it can be applied even for this matter of life and death. Because if your direction is not clear, you feel like maybe everything is going fine, but at some point, absolutely you will face some big trouble. Because you don't know toward where you are going. So there are two things I want to...
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question?
For me, I think I have some directions, but in the way I have too much worry, which makes me very anxious. And it is really hard for me to do the actual, task because I am too anxious about it.
Yeah, I think it's not just your own problem, but I think everyone else have a little more serious or less that kind of anxiety. So that's also a very good reason for you actually to try practice this kind of meditation, right? Because when you talk about this anxiety, the very first thing, because you want to find a solution, right? Then what's the very reason for that, you think? Why are you anxious for something, some task? So you probably definitely have thought about that many times, I guess, right? And there can be a lot of theories, like psychologically or religiously, whatever. But where is the root of this being anxious?
Attachment?
That's one very big reason. Where does the attachment come from?
My desire?
Your desire. So who makes the desire?
Myself?
You said myself, right? Now, who are you then? You said myself, me, my, I, mine. What's that I? You don't know.
Yes.
We call that big question. So like in Zen tradition, particularly here, we call the big question, and we use that as a kind of technique. It's a big technique because if people start thinking about it, there are a lot of maybe questions and sometimes confusion, but you clearly actually arrived where I wanted to get you. Yeah, everybody are anxious about something. Oh, what will be dinner today? I'm anxious. That's very small anxious. Or what if after this retreat, if I don't get enlightenment, I'm anxious. Oh, I want to become Haengja, but maybe what if it's not as anxious? Very small or sometimes very big. And then I a little try to get you where actually this anxiety originated. And we don't know who this I is. So this is the actually start point of Zen, and this is why Buddha left the kingdom 2,600 years ago. He was a prince. If you want to get anything like a worldly thing, he could get. But no one could tell him clearly who is this. Coming where? Going where? Why live? So this is the the beginning point of all kind of spiritual practice, I would say. So this is where we investigate who we are. Then there are many ways to deal with nowadays psychologically anxiety or some being nervous or depression, whatever. But in Zen, all those things are very important, and Zen is more, as I mentioned, it's very straightforward and very simple. So find out who you are. That's the first big question that I can give you. And if you take care of that very well, as I said, garbage human become garbage, monk and garbage monk, blah. If you really take care of that, we used to say, our Zen Master Wol Sunim like that joke a lot, that in school, if you don't know, then you got F in your grade, right? But if you don't know truly in Zen, you get enlightenment. Like you don't know who you are. Take care of this don't know. Because this don't know gets you to some place where there's no opposite thinkings. I, you, anxiety, excitement, Buddha, sentient beings, life, death, all these dualistic ideas beyond. This don't know is actually getting you before all these kind of opposites idea appear. Actually, that place before thinking mind is your true nature, substance. That's how we actually investigate who you are. And then these anxiety things, naturally, there is some natural reaction from your true nature against that kind of undesired feeling or emotion. So find out, please. You will we'll try that while you are staying here. Okay.
Thank
Good.
you.
Yeah. So yeah, this all. I just wanted to share one short story as a closing. When I just became monk, and then the Zen Master Sahn in Hwagesa, I went to bow to him, and then he gave me. He looked so happy, like almost like a. So he definitely did to anybody probably showed up like that, and then he gave me this one big book, like that's his kind of what's this? How do you call the biography? That you own, yeah. And then he told me, okay, you now ordained, and then practice hard and become the teacher of Samge, like 3 realms. It was a big word. Like so, because I was like, it's about almost 30 years ago, and then I was very like a kind of this aspiration. So when a worldwide famous Zen master say that you become the teacher of 3 realms, and I was like, I'm going to be. And but to be honest, I didn't know even in Korean word, Samge. Samge is actually in English is 3 realms or 3 world. And I thought that's like a samse, like a 3 lifetimes, like a past, present, and the future. So no matter what, he told me that become that kind of teacher. And then much later, I just was more wondering about this word samge, 3 realms. right? You probably heard. In English, I'm not sure if this can really, I can express, but this realm of desire, right? And then the realm of the form and the realm of the formless. So this, probably some of you are more familiar with this Buddhist basic teachings. You probably understand. And then I was so surprised when in Buddhism you talk about these heavenly beings. Like there are 6 realms that we human beings or all sentient beings keep reborn in this chain of 6 realms. And then the most up, the highest actually the realm is this heavenly realm, right? And that's still in the chain of this reverse. And these 3 realms, actually the realm of this desire, realm of this form, realm of formless. The desire realm is where we are actually living, all right? Or get stuck in these 5 desirous things like sleep, food, sex, money, fame. And the realm of form, they already detached to these 5 desires, but still they have this some notion of anger, so that they have not yet completely liberated. And then the third one, which is the highest kind of realm, the realm of this formless, they're already actually beyond this form. That's why the formless. And they don't have any more 5 desire. They don't have any more, this is the Buddhist theory, they don't have any more this anger. But they have not freed from this idea, notion of I, still. And then they are placed in heavenly kind of stage. That's why it's still in these 6 realms. So Buddha is the teacher of these 3 realms, which means actually the most high the realm that where the beings don't have any more desire or this anger, but still have this notion of I, have not really liberated from this ego. Then it's not regarded as true liberation yet. And then this is more like a more physical kind of category of these realms. But in Zen, when the theory came to the Zen tradition, it's more like your own mind, every day, like during the retreat, or even after retreat finishes, so you maybe start your traveling or your whatever, that every day your mind actually keep going back and forth these 3 realms. Only in the moment you completely put down this I, then you become the teacher of these 3 realms. 3개 대도사. So that's a kind of being name. But actually that's also what we all here will try to do every day, every moment. Every moment you just put down this is who I am, so that this is correct or that is not correct, that kind of checking or discriminating mind, you moment to moment to try to put away. Then you actually beyond these three realms. Anyway, I just wanted a little share that story.